Today's episode of the Island Archives podcast is brought to you by Old Road Rum. Old Road Rum is driven by a desire to celebrate the cultural history of St. Kitts and Nevis and is tropically aged for 12 years to present the pure expression of a well-crafted rum.
Today's episode of the Island Archive podcast brings us to a talented writer with a remarkable story. Born in 1949 as Elaine Potter Richardson, Jamaica Kincaid was raised in St. John's, Antigua and Barbuda. Kincaid was an excellent student and routinely topped her class and had a fierce love for books as a child. This love was so strong, she developed a friendship with a local librarian and would actually steal books and hide them under her family's porch. However, after her stepfather became ill and could no longer provide for the family, she was sent to New York at the age of 16 to work as an au pair, or a helper, for a wealthy family. While working in New York, she took night classes at a local community college, earning a high school diploma before obtaining a scholarship at Franconia College in New Hampshire. She officially changed her name in 1973 in order to keep her anonymity and shield her from potential familial backlash. After a few years as a model, secretary, and a singer at a local nightclub, Kincaid became a writer at a teen magazine. Eventually, she would publish her work in a newspaper where it would eventually appear in renowned publications such as the Paris Review. Her friend, Michael O'Donoghue, who was a founding member of Saturday Night Live, introduced her to George Stroh, who was the then writer of the Talk of the Town column in the New Yorker magazine. Through a friendship and mutual professional admiration, she landed a job working for the New Yorker, becoming a featured columnist there for 20 years. Kincaid recalls being questioned particularly by women and how she was able to obtain her lofty position at a renowned publication, and felt that these questions were posed because she was a young black woman from humble beginnings. An award-winning writer, Kincaid's topics include colonialism, racism, classism, gender, and sexuality, and today works as a professor of African and African American Studies at Harvard University. Jamaica Kincaid's greatest work, her life, poses to us the importance of honesty, self-assessment, and finding your own voice.
The Island Archive podcast is a Pelican Media Group production and is brought to you by Old Road Rum. To hear more, log on to www.islandarchive.com or check us out on all streaming platforms.